Hello everybody and welcome to episode 40 of my Lizardman Let's Play. We are just currently prepping for our invasion of Elvern with a few armies here. We are also, we've just fought off a Skaven invasion here and we are building up some more forces along here just to make sure that I am all okay. Now we are pulling our armies up, just so we've got a few more. We actually have a couple of armies which have already come on. So the High Elves are counter-invading. They are invading as well as us at the moment. So I want to start moving people up to deal with these armies. So obviously we want to get out and deal with these guys as quickly as we can to make sure they don't do too much. Now I am technically in somebody else's going to be pushing into somebody else's territory in a second, which is something I want to be a little bit careful of. So I'm not overly worried about those guys. So Kroq-Gar, who is this? This is just a random lord. It's quite a nice setup they've got there, so I do want to be careful. But I've got the forces coming up and I can deal with both his armies. They didn't actually go for this guy, which I was expecting them to go and jump on him, so I'm not so upset by that. Another nice little buff there, and let's get him the hell out of there. We've got a few more level ups to do. We are leveling up like nobody's business at the moment. I'm just going to take these as well just to get them all a bit more buffed. And my Slan, one of my Slans has leveled up. This is the lower level one who I'm currently building an army for. And this guy is here now. He can run down and get that. Again, I generally always seem to take the campaign buffs because I find them better. And we've got a few buildings to build. I am keeping the wall there simply because it doesn't really affect me massively by losing it, though I am building a few more recruitment buildings here. Do I have a forge? I don't need that anymore. I want to build a forge, and I want to why have I not already started down that one? I do like having recruitment buildings around the place because it just means I can pump out armies when I need to, which is part of why I drop the walls, as well as to be able to increase my economy. It does put me in a bit of risk, I will admit, but simply because I am going to take more flack due to it. However, right, this guy can start moving back down. And do I push into these territories as well? I do have a I'm going to push into there and go to all of them. I'll see what they're like, simply because I've got a mission which will give me 2 blessed Kroq-Gars, which will be useful. I'm keeping walls up here because these are forward settlements, so they could well get pushed. And Mazzy, I don't know why I'm calling him Mazamundi. He is definitely not Mazamundi. He is Tarsik, my Slan. Now we do have these guys here, but they're not very powerful. I am going to start double timing it down to the remainder of Clan Pestilence's settlements down here, because I do want to deal with them. These 2 places do have walls just in case these guys do attack me. And we have a second army here, which is I reckon I can take that. If I move up, these guys will be in range to reinforce as well. And of course they retreat. But they can only retreat once. And a nice easy auto. Let's gain the XP for these guys. Right, which lord is better here? I don't think there's much difference, so I'm going to chuck everything into one army actually, which was the point of this. So I've got a reasonable army. It's not the best shaped army, but it's a reasonable army just for helping defend. And I think I'm good here. These places are all defended nicely. In fact, up here is the place which has got the weakest, but they're unlikely to go right around me. What can I build here? Is there anything actually worth me building it? Because it's not always, you don't have to build things in every single place. I will probably go for one of these when I can, so I'm going to end the turn there. Now I am beginning to burn into my income pushing out these armies, so I'll get at least one, maybe two more armies out with what I've got. Obviously that includes the big army I've just put out here. Now some of these armies aren't the best shapes, so I will probably reshape them slightly. And obviously once I start cutting swathes of Ulthuan out of Ulthuan, that should also start pushing up my income as well, because there's quite a few small territories up there. Oh, now they are attacking the dwarfs. They are attacking my allies. For that, they have to pay. Yeah, they've come down and invaded the dwarven territories there. So I am going to send Kroq-Gar chasing after him next turn. We'll try and pin him in between the armies, because the dwarfs probably can't deal with that, because they've been throwing armies up at Ulthuan in a rather hit and miss way. Oh, that could be an interesting battle, because I think he'll get a choke point if I charge across there. I was kind of hoping he would charge me, so we'll see what happens there. Oh, now this is not good. Lothan has confederated with some of these guys down here, so I now need to go and take that place out as well. But I do have the two armies here, so they are going to start being pushed down towards that coastline, and then they will push out and deal with there. Now the other places, I think, like me, they can only confederate one at a time, so that shouldn't be too bad. And Lothan also have an army coming in up here, which is going to start pressuring Mazamundi. Now this might give me an opportunity to confederate with Mazamundi when he starts taking damage. However, it will put me in a difficult position, because obviously while I'm confederated with him, I will instantly be at war, because he won't confederate because he's oh, that's another easy auto resolve. He won't confederate because he's in a because it's beneficial for both of us. He'll be confederating because he's in a tricky situation. I find they tend to confederate in this game when they're in very difficult, tricky situations, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Oh, it's a good thing they didn't attack me, really. It's Lanhupek, who are just sitting there in the middle. One day they might confederate with me, you know. I would quite like to get them confederated with me, though for the moment they're just sitting there in a corner. I can pretty much ignore them. It would be nice to get their territory just to get a bit more income from it. Oh, that's interesting. Is he also at war with them? And the dwarfs are taking territories up in Ulthuan. So that is interesting. I hope they don't actually start taking territories. They just knocked a city over. I don't want them to actually start taking oh! So this isn't good. These dwarfs have actually declared war on me, which didn't give me a notification of. So I need to go and send an army to go and deal with them ASAP. So the invasion of Ulthuan may be off for a brief time. I'm not worried about them. To be fair, I can probably still get away with doing the invasion of Ulthuan. I'm just going to be stretching myself a little bit more than I originally intended. So they are united with Ulthuan against us. They raised the settlement. Why? Okay, right. We have a few battles to fight now. How did he run away past me? Okay, I am going to fight this one. It's a relatively simple fight. They have a lot of archers, a Loth Sea Guard here. In fact, this is all Loth Sea Guard. So it'll involve chasing around a bit, but I should be able to pull them in with my ranged units. And obviously my dinosaurs will be able to charge into them, but I do need to pin them and kill them quickly, because there is the one downside is these guys are all good at fighting monstrous units, because they have spears as well. Now, my artillery, as I said, should be able to bring them in, and once they're in, the nice thing about this artillery is I can smash this artillery into them as well. So this artillery is probably going to end up smashing into their centre as well, potentially, to really cause damage to them and pin them while my Lizardmen catch up. Lizardmen are generally relatively fast as well, so actually catching up with the archers shouldn't be too hard. Though again, I'm not going to be silly here. I'm going to have a, while it will be a bit of fun, I'm not going to be completely ridiculous. Then I'm going to do this with their setup. I am going to do this a little bit differently, actually. I am going to have a dino centre. And my plan is going to be to move forwards and fold around them. Let's start the battle! What are these guys' ranges like? So these guys aren't, well, they're artillery specialists, they don't have the biggest ranges. So my Bastillodon is starting to shoot. If they'd want to sit there and take shots, I'm more than happy to. Oh, that hit 2 units there. I am however going to move forward a little bit more, and then I'm going to start targeting their lord. Oh, and here they come. Oh, I missed. Okay, now it is time to charge. I try not to pause too much in battles, but at the moment I want to get everything moving because their archers are going to hurt a lot. Let's pop my lords, all of my lords' buffs. Let's get this guy in helping him. Let's start smashing you guys into the sides. This is going nicely. Oh, let's watch some of my dinosaurs getting into action here. These units are about to get completely decimated. So yeah, my dinosaurs are bouncing these people all over the place. Their lord is dead. I think we have a mass rout on our hands from them. So yeah, that was quite an easy battle there. Probably did better than the definitely did better than the auto resolve would have. Now, I think I'm a little bit too scared of Loth and Seaguard, because there I was just hammering my monsters through them and my monstrous units through them, and my lord took the most damage, though he was right into their centre. So, you know, I think maybe I need to worry a little bit less. So I lost 4 units, guys. So yeah, I can cope with losses of 4 units. I can't quite double tap him now. Can I catch up with this guy? Yes. So this is going to be another one I'm going to fight. Simply because it's while I'm going to win, it's not quite as clear cut. You know, it's simply so I don't take too many losses. And I'm using these armies to practice as well, guys, because when I start fighting in Lothern, these aren't the sort of armies I'm going to be fighting against, I don't think, and I'm going to be being pushed against lots. So this is also partly a teaching myself how to fight against these guys, and with these setups, I actually think it's charged my monstrous units into their centres. So once again, we've got Kroq-Gar here. I'm going to put you right in the centre. I'm going to have Steg either side. So again, we are going for another big charge here. With some of these, they do just look awesome. We're going to gamble for a bit more magic. And these are my 3 most... Oh god, that was a bad gamble. These are my 3 most elite lords. And some little pets for them. Right, we're going to put a unit of... So this is straight up a very aggressive centre. We're going to try and do the same thing. We're going to try and just fold in on them again. Oh, I didn't mean to do it quite like that. So we are just going to try and fold straight in on them and start pulling them to pieces from the start. I'm going to put my pterodons off to the side, and my Healy guy can go in the back. These guys appear to be pushing. I think we're probably Kroq-Gar is going to make quite short work of him, as you can see. Right, now it is charge time. A couple of these guys can fold in on here. Kroq can actually be pulled over to deal with their lord. You guys can come in to support. You guys can keep pushing forwards. You guys can all start pushing into the centre. We've staggered them around a bit. I don't want to get too spread out. So this is going nicely. Their lord has taken off again. Let's use Itzel now. We're surrounded by some of their guys. You guys can both fold in on the lord. You guys can keep pushing. And let's throw a spell out. Let's drop a comet. That's gonna miss, unfortunately. They're still got a reasonable hit. You're going to charge back as well. That one might well get a good hit. Need a bit more support in the centre here. Some of my guys are facing a bit too much. Those Phoenix Guard there are very good anti-large, so let's fold you guys back in to completely break these guys. I need you or your... Yeah. Okay, these guys are taking a bit too much damage, so I'm going to pop a heal off on them. You can also charge in. Kroq-Gar, you can start chasing down some of these ranged units who are out here. Oh, and it's going. We have the matter out already. So, again, that was a relatively quick break. Again, that wasn't a subtle strategy. That was hammer my heavy units into the centre and bring my other units around to the side. Get them engaged. Get all their ranged heavily engaged as early and quickly as I can, so that I can enfold them and smash them. And now, some of my younger, these guys, obviously Carnosaurs don't have the most armour, and the Steg has armour, but he is a lower level Stegodon, so he is, I don't know why they're called Stegodons, they look like Triceratops to me, so, but yeah, so, I don't need the XP on this army, so I'm eating them. And yeah, we are now in a position where we can move up, continue to move up. We will be able to prep for our invasion. This army is moving over. I'll have 3 armies there. I'm going to move him over just in case, and he will then follow up. You are moving down here. We are going to be having a landing here from the looks of it. And when we do, we will smash them. Right, so we've got a few level ups to do. Just have a look. Let's throw some into your leadership. Ooh, he doesn't have a route marcher. You should always have a route marcher. This is these two which I'm combining. Now this is a very simple army, but for a little defensive force, and I'll pull this guy up here where I'm probably going to start building a slightly better shape. For a defensive army, this army is literally just here to defend this area, so it doesn't need to be too... I'm going to pull round because obviously those guys are at war with me now, and they are behind me, but I do want to keep pressuring the Skaven as well. So I'm going to hit the Dust Gate, recapture the Dust Gate, which I lost a few turns ago. Nice easy auto. And then we'll push back here, get that one. I think that'll probably be the end of Clan Pestilence. This guy is just exploring, working out a full extent and picking things up. Do I have new things down here yet? No, so I think I'm going to have to go up this coast, which is dangerous, but we'll have to risk it. This Slan, I want to get this Slan in the battle I'm actually fighting, because he's getting quite good. And I want to really be able to try out some of the, try out a fully leveled up, a high level Slan, because I've got a feeling they're going to be powerful. Look at the amount of abilities here they've got here. That only expects flying, so I'm not that fussed by it. Windblast is buffed up, so I can put one more in Soul Quench. Oh, and let's look at these. And it's going to be pushing down this route. Sorry, pushing down here to get all my buffs. Again, here it's just basic things now. Oh, actually, I'm going to go up here. And end turn. Those dwarves. I was friends with them the entire game. I went and finished off the orcs who'd been devastating them the entire game, and then they stabbed me in the back. I mean, some factions. So yeah, they are going to get the full force of the Lizardmen. I am going to cleanse those mountains of the dwarves and take them for lizard mankind. He's pulling back to the Fortress of Dawn, so I am going to start pushing into the sea and pushing towards the Fortress of Dawn to consolidate that. That guy is trying to run away. He's not going to manage it. And the Lawmasters, they are still alive, though they are they're not in good shape at the moment. I have been ruining their territory. Between me and Mazamundi and this orc faction, we've ripped the centre of their empire. They had all of this territory in the bottom side of Mazamundi, as well as a big section above and right down here. We've just cut, between me and a few. I mean, I didn't do much. It was mostly others. We cut their heart out, the centre of them out, and split them in two. And they've never really recovered from that, though their capital is probably still going to be quite a tough cookie to destroy, and we'll deal with that when we deal with that. I don't want you to get the Forgotten Isles ahead of me. That's part of my territory. I do like the way this game does this. So when it's on somebody's turn, it shows who they're at war with, though occasionally it scares me because I see the thing saying somebody's at war, and I think it's talking about me, them being at war with me, which is a little So they're definitely my friends, those dwarfs. These guys. See, why did they destroy it? And they are going for my settlement now. They are going to get the full force of my Lizardmen, smashing into them. So we've got a few more things. Unfortunately, I think the High Elves are going to get there in front of me. Let's just check how I'm doing with that High Elf faction.
How can I assist you?
I am improving. They still don't like me, but I'm improving. How about these guys? No, these guys still like me.
It is time.
These guys I'm going down, but it's not by much. So these dwarf factions are okay. They're not traitors. They're not horrible traitors who are gonna die like these ones are. Anybody think I'm a little bit bitter? Really? Gonna keep running? Gonna take the food because he's a little damaged now. I'd liked him to be at full health. And let's get these guys into the sea. He can join them next turn, and then these three armies are going to sail on Ulthuan. Now, I'm hoping 3 is enough. They are 3 very good armies, so we shall see. double time it. I want to try and keep these two armies together while I'm doing this. And they're pushing towards the Fortress of Dawn. It's up the Comet. I might lose that settlement, but I will recapture it next turn if I do. This army is nearly done as well. And this guy can go on an attack. This is quite a nice army. It's not my best army, but it is quite a nice setup. I'm just going to do a quick auto here, guys, because I want to be able to... See, they've got Beastmen and Orcs. Nah, got me 2 Blessed Consoles. Now, that was a silly battle. I probably should have fought that myself. But I just wanted it to be done quickly there, because we are at the end of this stream. So thank you for watching, guys. Next turn we are going to continue with the invasion of Elvern, which is slightly underpowered now, but that should be enough to take Lothan. And once I've taken Lothan, I've got the foothold. I'll probably hold that foothold while I finish off the dwarves and bring up some other armies. We'll see how I do, because actually Lothan do have armies floating around the place in various different places, so I might just be able to take Lothan and continue pushing as well. And if I can, I will be doing that, just keeping that aggression on up there, just not to give them a chance. Though I'm expecting a hard fight when I land. Though this is, you know, that is three very nice armies, including yeah, I'm not bringing up my really shiny new army, but between these guys, I've got a lot of very good troops. Where is that other army? Yeah. And obviously we've got this army. Where is it? No, it is this army, which is the one I really wanted to bring up, which is really top end. Though when I take Lothan, I'll probably be able to start pumping out a few of these units as well. Certainly this territory is the one I want to take straight away. These two cities in particular, because they can help defend each other. And this is a really big settlement. You know, it's their top tier settlement. It's got more things. It's probably high tier already, so I'll probably keep some high tier buildings there. Anyway, that is for next time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I am new to this, so please feel free to give feedback or suggestions on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. I'm not the best player in the world. I'm more than happy to admit I make mistakes and do things wrong. So if you think I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Thank you for watching.